Make sure my phone doesn't fall on me. Hello. So I'm a couple minutes early. Let's see who's early. It's always fun to see who's early. It's Thursday, and it's about that time. Cheers. We have somebody on. Yay, somebody's on. I don't know who that somebody is, but somebody's on. Pretty exciting. Catching me early. Look at me early today. I'm so exciting. It says Tanya. You know I won't be able to see any of this without my glasses on, right? Hey, Denise and Rebecca. Yay, we already got some people's coming on. I'm so excited. Hi, Diana. And Cammie. Hi, Cammie Graham. How are you? Oh, wow, Canada. That's awesome, Denise. Woohoo! But it's a little chilly in Canada because I know Ohio's feeling it. Hey, beautiful Rachel. Everybody ought to catch her sometime. Let me tell you, that girl can put on some makeup. Hi, Patricia. Diana Rodriguez. Yay, good. I'm early and everybody's coming on. So that makes me exciting. We're going to talk about the book tonight. So I'm excited. So excited. Hey, Karen. It's my girl Karen's on, and Janine. And don't confuse this with our meeting afterwards, Karen, you know, because that's after this. Hi, Stephanie. Oh, it's good to see you on. Hi, Joy. Hey, Julie. She's here. Oh, 35. Ooh, yeah, that's chilly. New Hampshire. Yeah, well, you know what? I think it's probably about 30 here, too. I'm just saying. It's chilly out right now. I don't know. It's cold. I need a jacket. It's too cold. Hi, Rosa. Hi, Lori. Oh, it's so good to see you. How are you? Hey, Mary Jo. All right. Persephone's on. Oh, look at everybody's coming on. That's awesome. So we're getting a nice crew. Let me see what time it is. And it's 7. So, hi, Lori. How are you doing? Julie Miller. Oh, Pat Sage just lost me for... That's so funny. I'm importanter. I'm more importanter, say. Hi, Tammy from the Bluegrass State. Hi, Tiffany. Well, welcome, everybody. Hi, Tammy. 32 degrees and, oh, yeah, I'm telling you, it's bad. Aw, Diane and Celeste. All right. Well, yay. We got people's on. So, you know, when I drop these glasses, I can't see the writing anymore. You know, it's terrible that I can't see this. I literally have on contacts, but I cannot see that print. It's so bad. Hi, Anthony. Glad you can come. Oh, thank you for sharing, Rachel. Hopefully they can get it. We'll, as I know my settings don't allow all people to see it if we're like not friends or in the group. I don't know how that works, but whatever. I'll have to start having some of these on my wall. But anyways, hi, Patty. So I'm so excited to see you guys all on tonight. I'm thrilled to have been finally made it home to, back to Ohio. I was in Georgia, and of course, as you guys know, while I was there, my book finally got published out. I mean, well, got published, but it was in print, and I was finally able to get some, and unfortunately, I was not home to get them. So, needless to say, I took a ton of people down that wanted to get the books, and pretty much caught up with, I think, 90% of them when I got home, and I have gotten bunches of them out. Hi, Stephanie. And so, yes, this tonight, I want to start talking about my book a little bit because you know what? It's not like in depth, and I like to share with you all. So this is all going to be, you don't have to have the book to follow along because, of course, I'm telling the story. But if you do have the book, then definitely you'll know what I'm talking about for sure, right? It's easy to get. There are a few ways, so I'll start off by saying Amazon. You can get it from Amazon, and you don't have to pay shipping if you have Prime, so that's sometimes an option. And if you do that, just be sure to bring it with you to like RepFest when you come, because then I will have some goodies for you, and I'll sign it and blah, blah, blah. So it still works. If you want it just from me, then definitely send me a private message. I've tried to check all the group chats when people tag me in them that they want the book. It just is time consuming and I don't even always get to them. And I feel like I miss people. So private message me, hey, want the book, and send me your email and I'll get it out. PayPal you and get it out. So it takes a couple days and I'll get right on it. And then I'll autograph it personally for you anyways, if you do it that way. So at any rate, hopefully some of you on here have had a chance to get it, and maybe you have read it or read it all or read some of it. But basically, you know, let me give you some background into it. Oh, before we do that, I have a winner for my raffle. I did forget when Molly was on with me last week to tell you that everybody who comments on this all 2 weeks, meaning now and whenever, even if you're watching the replay, and you've commented on it and said hi or waved or gave me a comment or a shout, whatever it is, you get put in the raffle and I give you something. So that's how I do the raffle. Oh, hi, Tina. It's good to see you on, baby. So the raffle winner from last week is Christy Baird. I didn't see Christy on here yet. I might have missed her. But Christy Baird is winning the tote with the big heart on it and something else. And I'm not sure yet what I'm putting with it. I guess it'll be a surprise, but you're going to get the tote. And a lucky winner from this evening's will get an autographed copy of the book. And that'll be tonight's gift. So that'll be kind of excited. So I'll announce that in 2 weeks when I do this again. But anyways, I'll forget to do that. You know I had to do that because I'll forget. So congratulations, Christy, and I'm excited to get you as a winner. So anyways, back to what we're doing. You know, any direct selling company, and especially the one that I know most of all y'alls are in, which is Avon, it takes time and it takes practice and it takes what we share all the time with you guys consistently. I'm always on here giving away free advice, free whatever. And I felt at one point, I'm like, you know, maybe if I write a book, I can reach even more people. And maybe if I make it like a workbook, people can work along with it. One of the things that I personally enjoy when I read books, and I do read a lot of different books, is something that I can write down in. So take note that in every chapter, there's whatever I'm discussing or talking about with myself, there's blank page with what you're supposed to write in there. So although having the Kindle version is great because that is available as well on Amazon, you need a notebook because I would expect that as you're reading along and I'm sharing that it will trigger your thoughts as to what's going to make you successful and what you can use. And I start the book off all the way back from the beginning. So I start sharing like my beginning time. Now, you know, I got a tickle in my too. Anyways, I go all the way back to the beginning and sharing. And I like to, cheers. It's like berry sangria. It's really sweet. Whew. Probably not going to be drinking a lot of that. But I go back to like the beginning. And I think it's important when you're working for yourself, there's a lot of triggers that are going to hold you back from being successful. There's triggers from your childhood. There's triggers from your adolescence, teenage years, early adulthood. There are just things that are going to trigger you all the way around. And if you don't figure out why those are triggering you, why those are issues, what you can do about them, they're going to hold you back. Okay? I'm just going to be honest. They're going to hold you back. You won't figure out what they are, and then you won't figure out how you can use those for positive fuel, positive things in your business. This time of year is our biggest time of year, you guys. It's fourth quarter. Every business is excited about fourth quarter. Fourth quarter is all about sales. Not only sales, but having people join you in sales. So they can be getting a discount. They can be enjoying all the perks that you're enjoying. When I started my business, and I've been doing this Avon for 17 years, so I share in there that taking me all the way back from when I was growing up and things that I did growing up, and a little bit about my family history and what was behind me before I even hit the direct selling market. You know, basically an only child. I do have a sister in Georgia. She's a half sister, but we weren't raised together, but that's my sister. She was there. We weren't raised together. And you know what? It was different. I was an only child. I had that Italian household. My father was very much into everything. You know, I had a little bit of a problem with things because if he seen I was interested in something, which I share in here when it comes to ice skating, it was everything. He would buy all the stuff that was needed. He would make sure that I would get everything that I needed to do it right. And I would shut down. And I would be like, nope, I don't even want to do it. I got into knitting once. A friend of my mom's was over and she showed me how to knit and I started doing an Afghan. Didn't he go out and buy me every single color yarn? I no longer did that napkin. I had no more interest in it. I did not want to finish it. It felt like it was now a project. So when I went ice skating at, you know, my young age of like 6 or whatever, I was very little. No, I remember very well. We went to the outdoor rink that was here that I adored. He got me skates. I have never had a pair of rental skates on my feet. And that's the truth. Bought them right out of the pro shop. Made sure I had met the pro instructor that was there that evening. And he took me out on the ice. And that's how I started ice skating. I never just went ice skating and said, oh, I think I'm going to like this. No, my father, he was all about getting right in there. That wasn't a bad thing. I loved the ice skating. But let me share that experience with you guys. So I go out on the rink and I will never forget it. It's one of those things like you'll remember, like those things when you're little that you remember. Took me out into the middle of the ice rink and told me to sit down. Oh, he's supposed to be teaching me how to skate, but he makes me sit down. I'm like, okay. So I get out on the ice, I sit down, and then he says, okay, now get up. So, boy, that was a struggle trying to get up. So I slip and slide. If you've ever been ice skating and you try to get up once you fall down, it's a treat. So I'm down there trying to figure out how to get my ice skates underneath my butt to get in a standing position. And then once I was up, he's like, great, sit back down again. And he kept making me sit down and get back up. And there was a reason for it, because I needed to find my center of balance. And you find your center of balance when you balance yourself. So every time I sat down and got back up, I was finding my center of balance. And that is how I learned how to ice skate. So all the years ice skating, years competing, I spent my summers ice skating. I was never home at the summertime having fun with my friends growing up. So I was on the ice. I was in Buffalo, New York, and that's where my aunt lived, and all my cousins did hockey, and I was the ice skater. So I'd stay with her all summer, and she'd hop me off at 6 o'clock in the morning at the ice rink and pick me up at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and I did that Monday through Friday, the entire summer until the end when I competed and tested. And that's what I did for years. And it was a great experience, you know. I mean, yeah, my father was very involved until I was 15. Now, I got to a point in my ice skating career where I was either going to keep going with it, go to the Olympics with it, or I was going to go pro. You know, you can only get so many tests that you're going to pass, and I had passed them all. So I was like 15 years old, and that's where I was at 15. So I really could have gone to the Olympics. I could have done something great, but my parents got divorced. Now, anybody that knows anything about sports is going to know that ice skating is a very expensive sport. So needless to say, there was no money to go ice skating. That was like not important to anybody, I guess, getting divorced. So that ended. I stopped ice skating. I did take up some modeling, some other little things, but I went to work to help my mom. So my life changed overnight dramatically. I went from having a pretty comfortable life, you know, growing up, to going to work, starting to, you know, get out there, help my mom pay bills. 16 years old, got my license, and I was working, and I didn't resent it. I did not like it, and I share in the book about how that can, you know, how you make changes like that, how that whole, who knows where life would have went differently then, but you just do what you got to do, and I did what I had to do. So yeah, my dad up and left, 15, gone, boom, right? No child support paid, nothing. Now, how ironic is it that I follow in those same footsteps, except that the ex don't leave town. Too bad. But just doesn't want to be involved, doesn't want to pay child support, doesn't want to do anything. And that's later in the book. But needless to say, that's how I started off. So you think, what does that have to do with selling? What does that have to do with my business, Lisa? I don't even understand what that I have to do. Well, basically, because as I share that in here, it's important to know that when life changed and things happened, you know, I always had some kind of a support system in my life. I always had people that were there, people that helped me, people that, you know, gave me positive input on on top of the negative Nellies. We all have them. Those negative people, those ones that are like, oh, you are never going to do that. You're never going to succeed. I mean, imagine if I would have had that with the ice skating growing up. That would have been a trip. But you know what? You're going to have that in everything in life. And the first thing I have you do when you're reading this is to write down your support system. It is so very important to know. When I went off and, after school, college wasn't a thing for me. And one of the things I share when it comes to especially building a business or direct sales, it takes time, and your time, which is worth money, but it also takes investment. So you have to invest your time, and you're probably going to have to invest some money. And I'll break it down as easy as going to college. If you have a career you want to get, and you want to be the best at your career, you're going to go to school for it. You don't have $30,000, $40,000, $60,000 worth laying around your house to pay for that. You're going to take out loans, and you're going to do whatever you have to do to make that career path successful. And you're not going to have any money because you're not going to be able to go and out to eat because it's hard to have a job and go to school, and you're going to make sacrifices. And I call it the ramen noodle diet, man. I mean, you're going to do the same thing in your business. If you want success, you are going to compromise. And some, like Sarah's on, I'm using you as an example, and she posted and shared, I mean, she's working her butt off for her family to in a new kind of job, and she's also running her Avon business. And I see this from a lot of people that are online. On Facebook, they have jobs, but they still have a goal, and they have a passion, and they have something they want to do. You're going to sacrifice time with your family. You're going to sacrifice maybe going out to eat every night. You're going to sacrifice things to make it in your business. And that's what you're going to do. So that's why I share that part. Find that support system, write them down. And if you can't think of anybody who's your support system, you need to find some support. Okay? So you're going to start with the support system. Moving on in my lovely life in the beginning of these chapters is when, I decided not to go to college. I went to a trade school in Pittsburgh. I share my experience. It was awesome. Let me just tell you. Wilma Boyd Travel College wasn't real expensive. I was able to take out a really small, I don't even think I had to take out a loan. I think we just paid for it or it got covered by a grant. I don't remember. I don't remember paying anything back, so I probably didn't have to. But it was like, I don't know, 24-month program or something like that. Like almost 2 years, year and a half. It was not long. And it was always about travel and business. It was right downtown Pittsburgh. So I got to live downtown Pittsburgh, which was really cool. And, I met some new people. It was a good time. I did excellent at it. I loved it. I said, I'm going to move to Florida. My dream is to go south, move to Florida, start my life down there. Had a boyfriend all through college. We were off and on, broke up, got back together, yada, yada. We were broken up. I was off in Pittsburgh. Life was good. I was doing my thing. And then he called me one night while I was in Pittsburgh. So here you go. Boom. Life changing, right? So I'm supposed to be moving on. I get graduated. I'm supposed to move off and do my job thing. I get offered a job in Chicago, which is not warm, not what I was planning, that I would have to room with probably, I think they said like 4, 5, 6 people. They're only going to pay us like $5, $6 an hour. We're not, let me keep in mind, minimum wage back then was not your $9 almost dollars an hour. So you're barely minimum wage in the city. So you're going to be living with people to afford that. Did not sound appealing at all to me. So what sounded appealing was coming home to be with the boyfriend that I got back together. Yay, right? Great decision. Terrible decision, but I did it. That was my decision. So here we go. Off back to Youngstown, Ohio, my little town, back home with my mom, who, by the way, never said, oh, you're making the worst decision of your life. What's wrong with you? She's never said, that's terrible. I don't know why you're doing that. I mean, maybe part of her really liked having me back home again. Maybe part of her, she knew. I mean, all the advice she ever gave me was absolutely correct, but we don't follow that advice. Our kids don't always follow our advice. Hindsight, I have children. They don't always follow my advice. So needless to say, I did come home. Started working, decided, you know what? I'm found the love of my life. I'm going to get married, do all the things you want to do, have kids, have it all done by the time I'm 25. That's what I wanted. Family done, married and family finished. Like all my kids born before 25. Well, again, My plans never go like that. Never worked out like I thought, and it took a little bit longer. So here we go. We're off. It's 25 and I'm just getting married. So my plans again, not the way I had planned them, but they happened. You know, didn't have my first son till I was 28. Had Michaela when I was 30 and had Johnny when I was like 35. So like literally, you know, was not all how I had planned it. And of course, Johnny was a complete surprise, as I share all the time with you guys. So when my kids were younger, that's when I got started in direct sales. And I'm going to tell you, at the time, we had a pretty successful business. I didn't have to work. I was able to be a stay-at-home mom. I enjoyed it. You know, Zachary was about 2.5 and Michaela was 1. Now, this is when I get started with Avon. I checked into several direct selling companies, and let me just tell you, you know, I didn't want to do home parties. I didn't want to be out during the evenings. I like to be home with my kids at the evening. So that wasn't an option for me. Some of them were really good opportunities, not an option. A lot of them expected to pay a lot of money out of pocket to get started. I didn't want to spend a lot of money to get started. I wasn't that committed yet. So that wasn't an option. So when I broke them all down, I had met some people and that were friends. One of them was a friend, Cindy, and she was her husband. We were like her, there for her wedding and all sorts of stuff. And I had seen that she had sold Avon and raised her kids on it. I thought she had boys. She did really well. I could do good with that. That's what triggered me. When I got a hold of the district sales manager to get started in the area, and she came to the house, it was like, I seen all the opportunities. They go through all the stuff, and Little Black Dress was just being introduced. So anybody who's on here who's been selling a while will know it was the first year for that, and I'll never forget it because, of course, I took like 10 bottles of it that day, right, to sell. So, got started, both feet in, did all of the training. Now, what I don't share in the book is, there's a lot of things, I've shared with you guys. First 2 years of my business, personal shopper. I was a professional personal shopper. I made PC all by myself. My mom got me some customers. She would take them off, and that was all well and fine. The customers that she had, they were older ladies. They were buying the skincare. It was all perfect. I loved it. It was great. Made a little bit of money, but for the most part, I was just really doing my thing. I liked it. I seen the opportunities, and I was ready for it to grow with my kids. And that was basically how I said it. As my kids are getting older and they're in preschool longer, and then they're in kindergarten, I'm going to have more time, and I'm going to be able to work this business more. And I had it all planned out because I'm a planner, y'all. I planned it out, right? Now, we all know how my plans go. So up until now, they've been terrible. Nothing ever went the way I planned it. So with my 2 little kids and me around, finding customers, whatever, my girlfriend says, oh my gosh, I'm like a couple years into this. She wants to start. So that was my first recruit. And that is how I got started with the business. And then I share in my book, Not to Wait. I share in my book, take advantage of all the stuff that your company or especially Avon has to offer. It is so important to know that there's money on the table that you can have in your business if you take care all of it. Do all of it. Do the fundraising, do the selling, do the recruiting. If there's ways to make money with your business, you of course want to do all of it. It would be like, why does Walmart now sell food around us? Well, they used to only sell clothing, but they got into some more market. They also have a pharmacy. They have a Subway inside so you can get lunch. Why do they do all of that? All of those are avenues for money for them. It's a smart way to do business. No different with your business. So I probably shouldn't have waited, but that's how my business went. When she started, I'm a very competitive, self-competitive person. And as you can tell, growing up as an ice skater, I competed for a living growing up. I wanted to get it right. I wanted to do it. I wanted to succeed. Something that my profession said growing up in ice skating was I hated hearing it. Okay, Lisa, do that one more time. Okay, honey, we're going to try that. Let's do that one more time. Okay, that was awesome. Okay, let's do that one more time. This time, straighten your leg, pull in harder on the jump, try to get some more height, maybe a little more speed. Let's try it one more time. And then, man, I'm exhausted and I do not want to try it one more time, right? Not another time. But no, we tried it another time. So I heard that a lot. So it's been drilled in my head that when you've fallen down and you haven't got it right, you're going to try it one more time. And that, I guess, has helped me when it's come to business. So I'm sharing with you guys that when things are going bad and they're not happening right, you're going to try it one more time. you're just going to do it again. You're going to change the positioning. You're going to change the takeoff. Maybe the landing wasn't right. Maybe you didn't tuck hard enough. So if you ever watch ice skating on TV, when you're watching, it's my favorite sport, of course, to watch on the Olympics, then you'll know watching them, everything is just right. You know, the arms, the legs, the pulling in, the whatever it is, it's all just right. So pretty good, I guess, learning growing up. So here I am off, got my first recruit, and I am on fire. Let me just tell you what, I'm like, I got to figure out how to get recruits. Now, we did not have Facebook. We did not have Twit. We didn't have Instagram. We didn't have Snapchat. We didn't have cell phones, for Pete's sake. I didn't have a cell phone. I had a pager, I think, at the time. Probably a big bag phone was coming around. I mean, these things all took off later on, guys. This was not something that we ran our business off of. I had to place line ads. I had to walk around and I talked to people. I had to share. And I had said when I first started, I am not going to be that one putting signs in my yard, things on my car, wearing shirts. That's so ridiculous. I am not doing that. I'm not doing that. Well, guess what? I was doing it. I was putting sign in my yard, brochure holder in my yard. I was wearing the t-shirts. I was carrying the books around. I had the signs on my car. Did it all. Had it everywhere. Putting the brochures on the outside when I would walk in. I would hang them from the door. All these things that we kind of sharing with you guys that work, we've used for a long time in our business. And I love to share that 90% of it I got from Lisa Wilbur. She was like the multi-queen of marketing. She still is. Look at the sign behind me. She is about marketing. She is all about putting yourself out there, figuring out a way that when people think of you, they think of what you do. They think Lisa, they think Avon lady. Lisa, they think Avon. You don't ever want there to be a doubt. They think Julie, they hear Lori, Avon lady. It's Tracy, the Avon lady. That's what you want to be known as. You don't want to be known as, oh, what is it that you do again? Oh, no. When your name comes up, Avon needs to follow, and there's a reason for it. Every time they have a conversation with somebody, they're going to think of you. If somebody mentions makeup or Avon or whatever, they're going to think of you. Your name's going to leave. You're going to get a referral. People are they're going to bust you up all the time. That's how you're going to get business. You don't want them to think about anybody but you. That's what you want them thinking about. So that's what I start doing. I start putting it everywhere, and I start watching my team grow, and I start bringing people on. Cleaning my office out the other day, and I came across my old contracts. Now, back in the day, we used to have the contracts you wrote out. The stack, y'all, is this big. You see this big? I should grab it. It's in the hallway. Literally, it's this big. It's paper, and it's like this. It's bigger than my phone, okay? It's like, that's the stack. That's the beginning. That's not even the last several years of recruiting. So when I'm telling you, you're not making it with 1 or 2 people. You're not making it with 5 people. Not making it with 10 people. Oh, they like to think you can make it with 10 people. You probably need 100, 200. So if I have over 2,000 on my team now, and I've recruited that many people, and I'm to tell you that maybe out of that entire huge thing, there's maybe 10, if 10 people out of that list still on my team. Those people are gone, and I've replaced them. This is about quantity, y'all. That's how you're going to find your quality, by quantity. Same with your customers. If you stop looking for customers after just a couple, where are you going to end up? You're going to end up with only a couple customers that aren't going to buy all the time. It's a constant thing. This is not a friends and family kind of game. My friends buy from me. My family don't buy from me. I have 1 or 2 people in my family that buy from me, and they're not immediate family, by the way. Okay? Let's just be clear. It is all about people I have met outside of my comfortable circle. So as you're getting through this first little chapter, when you move it on into the second one, I want you to figure out what your why is. What's your why? Why are you in a direct selling business? Why do you want to make extra money? What are you looking for? Because I'm going to tell you what, it is important to have a strong why. You got a nice support system put together. Job might be great. I met a woman today, because you know I love to tell stories. I'm making my deliveries today. Order was not real big. I mean, I didn't even make $1,000. I think my order was like $800. That's very low for me, but I spent half a month in Georgia. So, but by the way, I found a customer on my book drop and she placed a $100 order on my web store. Woohoo! So 500 books, $100 order, and I still expect to get maybe one or two, but I did get a couple recruits, and they're all showing off for Los Cabos. They're saying that they're not Alma generated, so I got to go find out where they actually are living and how they got my book, because I can't get them to answer the phone, and they recruited. I don't know why they don't answer the phone. So anyways, I go in, and one of my favorite customers, she just loves to talk. So we just love to talk. So we go in there and we're chatting it up. She's got this woman in there with her, and she's like, I guess she cleans for this, it's a church. So she cleans for the church. And of course my customer's talking me up. Oh, you should see Elisa's so good at what she does. Oh, she does so much, blah, 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 blah. Like she really doesn't even understand it all. But I start telling her, I'm like, yeah, she's like, she travels a lot. And we talked about Johnny being home now and how the online school was going for him and why I chose that and how we like to travel and he gets to come with me and I don't have to be planted in here all the time. And she goes, oh, and she wrote a book. And she goes, well, what's the book about? So I said, oh, let me tell you about the book. So I start telling her. She goes, oh, so it's basically just for, direct sales. I said, well, let me explain. I said, it is one thing to go to work every single day for somebody for 20 years, 30 years. Let's go to work for them. We may have to have a job to make some money to pay some bills, and there is nothing wrong with that. I am here to tell you that's life, okay? We all start. We just don't wake up one day and go, oh, you know what? I don't have any income at all. Let me just start a direct sell business and let me just get on with it. That does not happen, okay? You got to have some income because you're not going to have all that income right off the get-go. So, you want to go out, you have the job. But if you work on that job, and you do it for the next 20, 30 years, and you think you're going to retire from it, which, by the way, most people don't. Most people have several jobs in their lifetime. They even change careers mid-hap. How much money did you make those people? They only paid you a certain amount of money. You were lucky to get some money back. I said, you're lucky if you got a raise. You're lucky if they paid you even anything extra. And I said to her, I said, why would you not want it at whatever age? I don't care if you're 20, 30, 40, 50, 55, 60, you are not too old to start a residual income, a different income in your family, somewhat of a retirement plan, something different. It's like giving it away for free, man. It's like going to work and just, oh, God, it's exhausting. I've done it for years. I always enjoyed working. I've always enjoyed my jobs, but I am so happy that I decided that direct sales was going to work for me and basically started this just to get out of my house, okay, because my kids were young. Just wanted to do something different, make a little money, and not have to be gone all day. That was my whole plan. I never dreamed in a million years I was going to be sitting on a 6-figure income in a $3 million business. Never dreamed that. Never, never. I seen that coming up the pike, though. I seen that people were doing it. I didn't think I was going to be one of those people. I thought, I probably didn't. Whether I didn't think I had it in me, I don't even know why. Wasn't raised that way, I guess, is to think of those things. So I'm telling you, as I shared with this woman today, I could see her wheels turning because I told her, I said, I get paid more money every single year that I've been with my direct selling company. Every year. There's not been one year that I haven't made more money. Now I can look at things and say, my team's at a, one point or another, I'm not at as big of an increase as the year before or whatever, but it still didn't pay me less. I never made less money. I've always decided I'm going to sell more. I'm going to make my sales more. I'm going to do whatever it takes. But that's what I've always decided. And that's what's always worked. And she was like, really? I said, yeah. And what's nice about that is moving along, I know that in the next 5 or 10 years, I'll be making even more money. I said, and I haven't stopped at just this venture now. I said, I'm trying to get to the very top of the pay plan. I'm a couple levels away. I said, within a campaign or so, I'm going to make the second to the top level away. Well, the third, because I'm going to make silver, and I know I am. I can feel it. It's in my bones. It's a goal. I'm working on it daily. To make silver executive unit leader, and I already have on my board, my goal sheet is gold. Gold executive unit leader. That's what I look at every day. I haven't even made a silver yet, and I'm already planning on the gold. Why? Because I always like to be stepping ahead. Where am I planning on going on next? As you work through my book, I am going to ask you those questions. What are your goals? What are the incentives that you want to earn? When I share the story, which I share in the book, which I've shared with you guys before, as to why I stuck with Avon through my divorce. My son, it was bad, y'all. My business dumped. My house was going to be foreclosed on. I had no money. I went and got help. I was able to get help for my kids for my electric and my gas and some food help. You know, it was about all I was able to get, but I got something. Everything was crashing down around me. And I looked at my son and told him I was going to go get a job. And he was not happy. Zachary was like, no way. So my kids were going through, you know, they were going through hell, all right? There's no other way to look at it. Their whole life had been dumped upside down, and then he's looking at me with those eyes wanting me to be home. And I said, you know, all right, I'm going to make it happen. It was humbling. It was a humbling experience to suck it up and say, all right, you've lost how many leaders because they quit. You've dumped all the way down to advanced unit leader at the time, which I was barely holding on to, and I was almost a senior back then. So, I mean, I had a nice team. My team was doing over 17,000 in sales. I mean, I had the leaders. I didn't know is I was just carrying everybody around. I was just carrying them on my back. That's what I was doing. I wanted it more than they did, so I was carrying them. Let's just put them all in there. Here we go. Bring all the leaders with me. That's what I did. Yep, here we come. So when I couldn't do what I was doing for them anymore, when I couldn't give of myself 425% every single campaign to make sure that they were getting what they needed, they didn't want to do it anymore, and they quit when I needed them the most. So it was a huge learning lesson for me. But after my son shared that, I said, I'm going to make it happen. I'm going to stay home because you know what? I know I make money with this business, and I know I can make more money. I just have to go and do it. So I sucked it up as hard as it was all the time, every day, going back to my basics. My 100 and some books, that's all I could afford. I was getting like 100 over what my customers were again. Before that, I was buying hundreds and hundreds of books and giving them to my, I was doing stuff with my team. I was back to doing my basics. I was going out to the neighborhoods. I was putting the coupons out there. I was talking to people. I was everything I could to get a hold of whatever I could, contacting leaders that were in my downline that wanted maybe to be leaders, that wanted to join me on this venture. Kept my strong ones around. And I just started rebuilding. Didn't happen overnight, but it happened slowly. And it was nice to do the call with about my book Monday with Wilbur, because that's what we talked about, and how you try to remember back when, you know, when the money did start coming in. And all I know is I lived with doing that. So every month I budgeted, and I challenge you in this book to do the same thing. I challenge you to write down, what are your debts? How much money do you need to make? You need to know what you're working for. You need to know your why. You need to know what's driving you, and you need to know what your end result wants. Where do you want to be? Where do you want to be with your business? You know, how much money a month do you want to make? And what's your plan to execute it? That Christmas was that first Christmas that I was back busting trying to get my business back together. They changed our comp plan, and I got a bonus. And I got a bonus for moving back up to executive. It was $1,500. They didn't have bonuses before. I really wasn't even paying attention to the fact that I could get it or not get it. The only difference was they paid them out in a lump sum then, and they give us, 4 campaigns, we earn it now. We have to hold the title. But when my manager called me up and told me that I was getting that, I was struggling over what I was supposed to do for Christmas. No communication with my ex whatsoever. Didn't care if I had socks under the tree for the kids or not. Wasn't paying a dime in child support. I mean, got as much help as I possibly could from my mom, and she was about maxed out on everything from helping me. And, it was sad to me because I thought, my kids are used to a certain thing. They're used to Christmas being a certain way, and it is not about all of the stuff you can buy them. But we're going from let's do how life's been for them to boom, life's not going to be like that. It'd be totally different if their life had been different growing up, but it wasn't. But I was going to make it happen and work. And when she told me I got that money, I got it literally the week of Christmas. I was going Christmas shopping on Christmas Eve in tears and happy as whatever. Buying those presents that I knew they wanted, a few of them that I knew they wanted on that list that they're not expecting, I'm sure, to get. But, they still believe in Santa. Santa's coming. What are we going to do? What are we going to do for Christmas? So when my son at 7 woke up and went out there and his little eyes lit up, and my heart was full. I couldn't do that without my direct selling company. Couldn't do it without the extra money that they put on the table. And later on that day when he says, you know, Mama, everybody's wrong. I know they're wrong at school, and I knew there was a Santa, and I always knew there was one, and now I know there is for sure because you broke. So I knew you couldn't buy us no presents. That's the beauty of working a good business. That's what going after what you want does for you. That's what that did for me that year, and that was enough for me never to stop. That was enough for me to know I can get everything I want. I'm going to squeeze this business all the damn time until I get everything I can out of it. It's my favorite story to tell because it's one that when you see, when you're telling me, Lisa, I need this and I don't have any, and I'm looking at these bonuses that Avon gives for making bronze, for recruits that just qualify, for whatever. When I see that, I'm like, why are you not doing everything that you can to get that, to make it happen? Because I knew if I needed something bad enough now, I know how I'm going to go about to get it. I know how I'm going to have to put that plan together. And when I wrote this, when I wrote the book, I'm thinking of these for you. I want you to write them down. I want you to plan them. I want you to reach the successes that I know you can. And that's why I left the extra spots in there for you guys to be putting your own stuff in there. So I'm going to share those stories with you and more. And in the meantime, I want you to always, you know, think of you. Think of what you're going to do. Think of what you're going to put in there. And that's the beauty of direct sales. And that it doesn't stop. You know, my goals now are so much different than what they were before, and they're probably not in line with everybody that's on the call. But I work harder than I've ever worked before for me now. There's a time when you can get complacent and, you know, you just don't want to. And I joke all the time, and I take time for myself. You guys see, I have a good time in life. I'll tell I have a good time. I do things, and I do have fun, and I do love to travel. But I'm up at 7:30 in the morning. I get my coffee. I play on my Snapchat. I enjoy myself for about a half an hour and relax. And then it's everything in me. I'm just chomping at the bit to get in my office. And I don't make myself go there yet. I'm like, just calm down. Just relax. And then I come in here and I open up my reports and I start looking at things and I start planning my day and I start seeing where I'm going to be at and what am I going to be working on and what's got to be done. And I can literally be in here all day. And sometimes I am. Sometimes I'm in all day. Take a break, go do something with Johnny, and we'll go get coffee, or we go to the store and we make dinner, or we do whatever. I break my day up around it. But for the most part, in the evening, instead of wanting to sit and watch a show with, you know, and just do nothing or whatever, unless it's a family night, it could be family night, the family's getting together, I'm good with that. You know, we'll go to the movies or we rent a movie. But if everybody's just really not hanging out, they're doing their own thing, I'm not going to sit down and watch television. I'm going to come work. Because I have plans, I have dreams, I have places I want to be, I have, you know, places I want to go, and I know there's only one way I'm going to get there, and that's by, you know, busting my butt with this stuff. That's what I got to do, is go out there and just do it. Get out there and do it. Get out there and put those books out. Spend that extra time doing those things. Take them with you. When you're traveling, when you're going out, talk to people when you're out, share what your vision is, share what your goals are, you know, find the people on your team that have some of the same goals. You know, I can remember before Vive had notes, I always had to write down on all the reports, you know, what this person wants to do or what, because I would never remember. I'm terrible with remembering stuff, y'all. I'm terrible with names. I'm terrible with remembering. I got to write it all down. And, you know, I think it's just brain overload, you know, just what happens. I write it all down, wrote down when I'd met them, wrote down our first conversation, key points that I could remember. So when I'd see their name, I'm like, oh, I wonder what's going on with their kids. I wonder why I haven't heard from her yet. And I make a phone call, see what's going on, touch base, find out how the family is. Are they reaching their goals? You know, and the favorite saying is that, you know, you can make money or you can make excuses, you know, and I choose to make money, y'all. That's what I choose to make. I really, really do. So is Snapchat a good resource? I just seen them on there. Well, honestly, It is a fun resource. And if you have the followers on Snapchat, you can do videos of your makeup, just showing them cute stuff. You can attach your website link to your Snap, and absolutely anything that you attach to people on is a good resource. Anything. It don't matter. You know, same with the Instagram, same with when we do it on Facebook. You know, and I try not to multi-death everybody and peck them to death with everything always Avon. You just got to give them enough. So when they think of you, they think of Avon. They think they want a brochure, they're going to call you up. They want to sell, you want them to call you up. And then you always want to offer them that opportunity. Always looking for great team members. I'm always looking for great partners in my business. And ready to make some extra money? You ready to come on? You know, what are you waiting for? You know, what are you doing? Oh, you know, that's what I love to say when you hear I'm working them 3 jobs. I don't have time. Don't you want to get rid of one of those jobs? What are the jobs? Are there people at those jobs? Because that could definitely be, you know, a resource for them to get customers right at their own job. I mean, the last job that I worked, I literally had to, I got customers there. I got customers when I took the job to pay for my kids' braces. Because yet again, y'all, no help. So I was promised help that time, and I didn't get it. But believe me, I got it. I got it all back eventually. I had them attach that to his child support, and eventually it had to get paid, or he was going to go to jail. So that worked out for me. But at the beginning, I had to pay for him. So I took on a part-time job, working 12 hours a week. Did I want to? No. I was an executive with this business. I shouldn't have to go work another job, but it didn't fit in my budget. So what I'm telling you guys, you have to have a budget. You need to work within your means. You really do. I still work with a budget. I could be spending money every single day now. I have money to spend. I work within a budget. It's not about, you know, I want to be able to get in there and invest in my business. I want to be able to buy those Alma leads and help my team if I can. I want to be able to get those extra books, buy those demos that I can show, you know, that type of stuff. If I'm blowing the money all the time on stupid things, I'm not going to be able to do that. So, you know, keep in mind when you're working on your success, you need to buckle it up. Hardest thing ever to do. And when I was first started selling, I used to buy everything. I love to buy the stuff. I love to buy the makeup, and I love to buy the stuff for my kids, and I love the clothes, and I would buy the purses. And I would, I'd have to take things out of the cart. You know, those big jokes when, you know, you have $1 million in your Amazon cart and you decide you have to take some out, right? Well, I do that with Avon. So I'd have all hundreds of dollars worth of stuff, and I would take some, what do I really need to get? I was used to doing that. Man, when I hit that thing in my life where I needed to pay money, I needed to pay my bills, I need to rebuild my business, and I need to make it work, and every penny I made counted, I didn't buy anything. I bought the bare necessities. I did not go to the store and buy my makeup. If I ran out of eyeliner, I got what I used. I didn't go buying all the new shades to try them. If I ran out of foundation, I bought one. When I ran out of my foundation, my skincare, I bought what I needed. That was it. No extras, no clothing, no demos. No, there was no buying. Every penny I made went into getting more brochures to build my customer base and paying my bills, because my leadership money was not paying my bills then. It was helping, but it wasn't really paying them. I needed to live off my sales. So when you struggle because you're going, I don't know why it's not making it, you need to sell the product. There's 14 million ways back and forth to the moon to sell. You can utilize all of them. You can utilize one of them. But if you're not doing something, you're not going to make any money. If you're sitting at home wondering about what you're supposed to be doing, or if you're just sitting at home making lists all day long about what you're going to be doing, or if you're sitting at home thinking about what you're going to be doing, you're still not doing it. It's not happening. You've got to put it into action. Simple things like going to the grocery store, leaving your, you know, a couple brochures in the baby basket in the carts, you know, let's leave them in there for the mamas. You know, they flip that down to stick their kid's butt in there. There's the book. So they're either going to go, ooh, Avon, and stick it in their purse. Well, maybe they might leave it. I don't know. Maybe they'll put it in another buggy for you. But at least you're leaving it. If you don't feel real comfortable talking to people all the time, at least Go to the laundromat. Put some down there with some coupons. Put a little note on there. Looking to buy a washer and dryer? I can help. How about that? Take a good hard look at our leadership compensation plan and check out those bonuses. Your first 3 bonuses on there are easy peasy, okay? You can get them, and you can get them right now before Christmas. You can also do open houses. Don't like your house? Don't want to clean? Use somebody else's. I'm sure you got somebody who would love to get some free Avon off of you just to have a party at their house. You know, don't complicate stuff. Do it so that it's not complicated. I share in the back of my book some of the resources that are in my files. You know, how to have a nice, successful fundraiser. It's in the book. What I do every single month for my business. It's in this book. We're going to talk about it. My coupons in here. An example of my coloring contest is in here. Now, I couldn't put them all in here because it was hard enough to get these ones in and shrink them up. But they're just ideas to get the juices flowing. You know, things that you can think about when you want to go out. You know, I'm only covering these first 2 little chapters tonight. Sharing deeper into why I decided to write it and why I decided to go about doing what I did. I really enjoyed it. It's been a great experience, and I might do more. You never know. Could be a whole new venture for me in life. But it's definitely not impossible. When I'm going to tell you that I can make it in this business, and that I have team members that are making it in this business, and I have friends that I know through Avon that are working their business that are making it in this business. And I watch how hard they work. I watch what they post, and I love it. I love watching all the different ideas and the things that happen. But you know, at the end of the day, there should be no excuses why you can't. And when somebody says, Lisa, I don't even know how to get a customer, I'm going to say you're going to have to leave your house maybe. Unless you want to go on the real slow road to build, not impossible, because I know you can slowly. If you're going to stay home and do it slowly, you can do it. But getting out, talking to people, making a concerted effort anytime you are around people to share a book with them. Not desperately. Please, please, please buy for me. No. Show them what you love. Wear the earrings. Have something with you. You know, delve into the book. They probably haven't seen what Avon has to offer. Don't get discouraged. It is the holiday season. Items are not going to be available soon. You are going to get shorted stuff. I'm just going to tell you right now, things are going to become not available. As an excellent salesperson, as a beauty boss, how do you handle that situation? Do you tell your customers, oh my God, I know that's not available. I'm so tired of these shorts. I don't know how I'm supposed to make any money. I don't know what Avon's even thinking. Is that what you're going to say? Or are you going to tell your customer, Mike, that was one of our best sellers this year. I mean, that like sold out in like one campaign, like everybody bought it. There's a chance we could maybe get it in, and I'm going to hold it here for you just in case. But in the fact that we don't get it in, let's find something else. I know you love this. Why don't you get this? Why don't you try these? I know these are available. Let's get these in this campaign. Be the salesperson you can be. Don't be an order taker, complainer. Don't be the complaining order taker. That is not going to get you anywhere in this business. You're going to have to suck it up. It's going to be hard. I understand, Lisa, my order went in and all my high priced items were shorted. Everything that was like, you know, big priced items. So now my order isn't even that big. Okay. So did you call those customers? Did you tell them, and did you offer them something else? Did you see if you can replace that with something different? Did you maybe even give them a little consent, you know, like say, hey, you know, because it's such an inconvenience, let's get this instead. And then, you know what? I'm going to give you a hand cream for it. You know, next order, I'll give you 10% off. You know, I apologize. It's the holiday season. You know, this is what happens. Things are popular. These are great. Maybe you might not wait so long next time. Use your demos to help them. If you know customers are going to want to buy pajamas, then you have better be selling those pajamas to them already. Taking those orders. So the minute you can order them, you're ordering them, whether it's from the demo or from the book. You got families with kids that love dinosaurs and unicorns. Don't wait until campaign 26 to order them. Start taking those orders now. Get them from the demo if you can, and then get those books to them right away. So don't sit on it. You have to be aggressive. You have to be on top of it. And you have to be the beauty boss, because that's what and they're going to appreciate you for it. I have never lost a customer yet because they didn't get things over the holidays or any other time for that matter. I just get them something different, offer them a different kind of, it's the service, it's the smile, it's how you handle it. Trust me, people are stressed out. Don't stress them out more. Just be okay with it. So we're going to find something else. Let's see if we can do this. That size and those aren't available. Let's get you something different. We have other boots coming out. And sometimes it falls into knowing your brochure. It falls into knowing what's coming up, what's on sale, what's in the demos, what's going to be after the first of the year. Did you see that Aspira stuff coming out? Yes. We got new stuff coming out first of the year. We're going to have a whole new game plan. So super excited about it. So excited about it. So, gotta plan ahead. Gotta plan. Gotta write down your goals. I want you to write down your why. I definitely want you to find that support system. If you don't have a good support system in your family base that you live with or talk to, find different ones, okay? It's important to find different ones. And they don't have to talk to you every single day. They don't have to be on the phone with you all night long, all day long, They just have to know that they're there. Available. Send them a message, a quick text message, an accountability partner, whatever it is. Find those positive things. Write down what it is. I'll enjoy going over more with you. Get the book. Work the book. Yes, there's homework in the book. It's my team. Oh my gosh. Lisa gave us more homework. I did. When I gave it to everybody. And like I said, if you want to get one and you haven't yet, PM me your email. Get it from Amazon if you wish. However it is. From me, you get my bookmarker, which is the bookmarker. So, and then you also get, where did I put it? A bracelet. I get your bracelet. My success bracelet comes with it as well, autographed. If you got it from Amazon and you didn't get the goodies, you'll have to come to Rep Fest then. I guess you'll have to come there to get the signature. Maybe a goodie. I'm just saying. And I just love sharing with you guys. I love watching it. This company that we are in is fabulous. And it is going to do everything you want it to do. You just got to work it. That's all you got to do. You got to keep coming back. You got to keep listening to the positive people that are out there that are telling you how to get it done. That works for us. I'll share it all. There's nothing that's a big secret. It's all out there. And I try to get back to everybody as they message me. I really do. So when I get private messages, I do look, when I get them. If I don't get back to you right away, don't think I'm ignoring you. I will. I get back to everybody. But it's all about keeping a positive, be a positive influence for yourself. Find positive influences in your own life. Find out what that absolute why is and where you want to go. Write down all the money you need and all the money you can squeeze out of the business. And we're going to keep putting a plan together, because I'm telling you, by the end of this year into next year, there's going to be huge growth. And it's going to come from everybody that's listening. I can promise you, if you pay attention and just do it, you're going to get there. And then you're going to hold yourself accountable to do it too, because I know you got it. But I'm going to go, because it's been almost an hour. And I'm going to go back and read all my comments, because you guys can't see that stuff when I'm chatting, because I have to put my glasses on and off, and then I get distracted, so it just doesn't work out. But I will go in there. Congratulations to Christy Baird for winning our bag and surprise gift. And next week's drawing will be one of my books, so you're not going to want to miss, not next week, week after, every 2 weeks. So on our next success, somebody's going to get a book. So yay! I couldn't be more excited. So share the video, get it out there, comment for me so you could be in the raffle, and have a fabulous 2 weeks. We got a lot of work to do, you guys, so I expect to see lots of progress coming up. I'm just saying, I really do. So hopefully I have some great news for you when we get in 2 weeks. We'll see. Keep your fingers crossed. Of course, it doesn't take luck. It takes lots of hard work, right? I love you guys. So I will see you again in 2 weeks. Unless I pop in beforehand.